Shaw, whose phone just fell, but he's back. He kicked out at 2.
All right, we're good. I'm gonna get me a case. I swear, one of these days.
One of these days, you will get a case. But today is October 27th, and it's been a busy week in wrestling. The bloodline has finally reformed. The OG bloodline. At least the Usos have reformed. What is your feeling about that?
Well, I'm so glad to see the Usos back together. I'm so glad to see more in the tag division, not just with the Usos, but I'm also happy to see Motor City in there. I would like to see more of the tag division, man. I think SmackDown, one thing SmackDown always had was a strong tag division, and we're starting to see that more. And
Yeah.
that belt just being held with the bloodline, man, respectfully, those titles, man, they need to be shipped around more. They need to. I want to see some matches. I want to see that titles defended, and not just that, but to see the Usos finally handling business, standing on business. All we need now is the wise man, and everything is complete. Please do not add Sami Zayn to this.
Okay, so I completely agree with that. The tag team division is crazy right now. Congratulations to the Motor City Machine Guns, one of the best tag teams in the past 20 years, finally getting the recognition on the main stage, the WWE. Man, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, uh, TNA's on the map. Definitely showing with the guys that are behind the scenes of TNA, like Bobby Roode and Abyss and Jeremy Borash and Petey Williams, TNA greats. And we now seeing the TNA guys front and center, and the bloodline. Man, Sami Zayn's going to be there. Sorry.
No,
He's an honorary Uso. He's not my favorite, but I know we've all seen a little bit of the clips that's happening next week. But they're going to throw the ones up because they deserve to throw the ones up one last time. And I mean, the OTC and the rest of the bloodline, the OG bloodline. So I'm definitely happy to see that the tag team division, DIY, and the Motor City Machine Guns cooked. They're going to have a great rivalry once Ciampa and Gargano turn heel, hopefully. I like a heel Ciampa. He reminds me of a mini Triple H. But man, the bloodline story, it's going good. It's going good. What's your thoughts on Cody Rhodes and Gunther? This seems to be a big filler feud until what happens next with Cody. I guess it's either Randy or Kevin, whichever way they choose to go.
with the exception of the Kevin Owens feud, it seems that anything that he does away from the bloodline feud is just not good. That match with AJ, the I Quit match, that just wasn't good. And even his feud with Kevin Owens, like, it came out of nowhere. It was just like the original, like, oh well, you don't want to be in the picture for the championship. What happened to you, Kevin? You should be fighting for this and blah. What, you got to egg somebody on to fight you, and you the champ. You know how many people in that locker room want this opportunity? Man, look, Cody outside the bloodline, bruh, is just anything he does is just not good. It's not good.
I kind of see that. I think he just needs somebody that he has a feud with. He didn't have a feud with AJ until the second time. It was just AJ like, hey, I want to wrestle you, and because you're the best, AJ Styles, and you won the tournament. And so, and they were respectful until AJ brought the OC and they beat down Cody. And then after that, there was nothing because there was Solo, which is Bloodline. And then it was Kevin Owens, and he was begging Kevin, which was trash, which led to, I guess, to a better feud with Kevin attacking him because he betrayed Kevin because he finally teamed with Roman. I don't believe this thing with Gunther is going to be bad because I believe that Gunther is a strong enough heel to carry Cody's blah, if that makes sense. You know, I think the match is going to be good because Gunther doesn't put on crappy matches, And Cody's a good wrestler. He's just not someone that I would personally get behind right now because Cody has already turned into Hogan 91. And you've seen it. You know what's going to happen. Instead of the Hulk up, the point, the boot, the leg drop, it's the oh, you missed Cody Cutter. And then whoa, 3 crossroads. It's over. That's what's going on right now. And we know nobody's going to beat Cody unless it's The Rock or Roman Reigns. Like Randy Orton should beat Cody. Cody should have a break from the title, I think. But
and then what? He gets a break, and then what? Will we get heel Cody? Finally?
No. Okay, so I feel like they're doing a throwback of the Attitude Era with the Intercontinental title. Jay lost it, but Braun Breaker has lost it like twice, and he's only been on the main roster for for like 5-6 months, right? You know what I'm saying? He's already lost the Intercontinental title twice. They're definitely mixing things up. The Bloodline, they've lost the title. They didn't hold it too long. Hopefully Finn and JD lose these tag team titles very soon. I think we could have some flip-flopping. I know you remember back in the Attitude Era, The Rock can win the championship at the pay-per-view and lose it the next night on Raw. We need some things like that to come back, and hopefully Triple H is going to add some excitement and some unpredictability to the television shows. So
if we get that, though, I mean, I'm with Cody being this megastar, and I know he's there. Cody is going to be top tier with or without that title, and I totally grasp that. But at the same time, dude getting a little stale. Dude getting a little corny. That character getting a little. You can only cry so much and give so many speeches. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, after a while, it's like you don't have to fight a whole lot right now because you're the champ and you can have your matches sparingly. Okay, that makes sense because you are the champ. But once you lose that title, are you just going to have sparing matches? How we gonna book Cody? Are we gonna book Cody the CM Punk way, the safe way, where you just have one opponent for like 6 months out of the year? Like, it's so many questions. Like, how are you going to keep Cody at this top tier level without this title?
I mean, right now, who else would Cody wrestle? I mean, unless they take the title off of the U.S. title off of. If they take the U.S. title off of LA Knight, he can wrestle LA Knight. That'd be a mega match. But then that would show Cody's weaknesses because I think people would cheer LA Knight and they would boo Cody, except the children. But the adults would boo Cody. If he wrestles Randy, which he needs to wrestle Randy before this title run is over, he needs to wrestle Randy just because it's full circle. And does he need to beat Randy? That's the question. One of the times, yes. I don't think he should beat Randy decisively. I think it should be a little bit of screwy, a screwy finish. Like, oh, I didn't know my foot was on the rope type. Randy's foot was on the rope type deal, But he has to wrestle Randy before this is over. He wrestled, to me, if he goes into the Royal Rumble and Randy Orton is not his opponent, they drop the ball. And hopefully I'll be at that Royal Rumble, and you will too, brother, because it's not that far up the road. But with Cody Rhodes, I feel like he needs to lose the title just a little bit. Not to Kevin Owens, to Randy Orton. He needs to lose it, get it back. And then that shows that makes The Rock feel, hey, you're not even a strong champion. Maybe he should lose it even on the premiere episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
You want to see Cody lose the title on a Raw?
On a Raw. I want to see him because he's not a Raw guy. He's a SmackDown guy, but I know that Raw is going to have everybody, Like that Raw is going to have Cena. That's going to have The Rock. They're going to pack that Raw like it's WrestleMania because that's a big deal. And I would love to see a title change on Raw. When the last time we saw a title change on Raw was what, Big E?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
So I think The Rock, The Rock beating Cody for the title. Amazing on Raw. set up for something special. But who knows? But I think on that Raw, we're going to have some title changes, and unless it's Gunther losing to CM Punk, or CM Punk losing to Seth Rollins, January's a little bit. Heck, the way wrestling's moving now, January is light years away. That's definitely Triple H is moving when it comes to these storylines. But I don't know. I just want to see Cody. There's no adversity. Like he had his one moment of adversity when he lost to Roman at WrestleMania last year. Now it just seems to be smooth sailing here, Cody. Nothing's gonna stop you, brother. Codomania is running wild. That's what I'm saying. I don't see anything that's going to make him. He's not having a struggle. That's all I'm saying. No struggles.
I think that was his strength, was that he had to overcome so much, and they built him up, and then he did it, and then it's just been like, okay, so you still feud with the bloodline, but you're the champion. So like it's like you completed your story. Once he completed the story, it's just been he hasn't really had any strong opponents. And if you're still feuding with the bloodline, I get it, but it should be Roman you're feuding with because you beat Roman for the belt. Like it just doesn't make any sense. And why do we get AJ instead of Randy? We should have been gotten that.
Yeah, Randy should have been one of the first people, and he should have offered. He should have offered it when he was talking about offering things. It shouldn't have been. I'm going to offer to KO. He should have offered it to Randy Orton. Offer it to the guy that got you to the dance. You talk about on television, on the show, and like on non-WWE stuff that Randy Orton helped you become the superstar that you are today. That your two favorite wrestlers were Randy Orton and Triple H. Well, one runs the show and cannot wrestle. The other one still wrestles and he doesn't run the show. And he's your on-screen best friend and mentor. It should be Randy. And Randy hasn't had a title shot in him since he wrestled Drew when Drew was WWE champion. So it's been a while. It's time.
I think this feud with Randy and Kevin is going to eventually lead to we're going to get Randy and Cody next. I think we're going to get that before WrestleMania. Hopefully, we can get that out the way, and then Cody can go ahead and feud with the Bloodline again for another Royal Rumble into Mania. Man, look, we getting the same shit. We get the same shit.
We are. I feel like we're in holding right now. We're in holding until The Rock gets back in January, and just a holding period.
What? That's why we always on The Rock until The Rock is the holding factor of all this shit. This nigga.
He's the Rock. He's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. He's the reason wrestling exists. Not really, but I think they bank a lot on him because he banks a lot on him. He's always going to pay him. He's always movies are going to always pay him. The studio is going to pay him. He's still going to because of The Rock. We're still going to back her amount of tequila. I bought some Pampatui the other day, myself. So he's going to be fine. But the character of Dwayne Johnson is only top tier when he's when he's associated with the WWE in some way. So I think he's going to be back sooner than later, January, and that's when Cody's going to be out of limbo, and we're going to find out what he slid into his hand and all that other stuff.
I hope we just get this bloodline stuff over with and focus on something else. Because, I mean, I enjoy it, don't get me wrong, but I kind of want to see us coming to a conclusion at this point. Okay, we got everything we needed. We got all the cousins and fake cousins and whatever, cousins, whatever. We got all the whole family in there.
Zilla's not there yet. We still got to have Zilla. With the Superman spike, and then he's got to take out Roman. No, honestly.
Dylan needs to shut up.
Yes, I agree. He needs to sit down, be quiet, and wait till his turn comes. But I think we also can just think about this. When the bloodline does break up, we can have 3 groups. The OG bloodline, just Roman and the Usos. No. There's like and not even a bloodline. No, I don't mean like that we're gonna have bloodline. That we're gonna have like just the Fatu crew. But then we can have the Bullet Club. The OC can be better because we can have Tama Tonga, Tamaloa, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, and whenever AJ Styles comes back next year.
The Bullet Club that I fancied and liked is in WWE, except for one person.
Who is that? Kenny?
Well, no, Danny wasn't a part of that club.
Oh.
No.
Who? Adam Cole?
I forgot his name. The big nigga. Forgot his name.
Oh, Hikuleo?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in WWE.
No, not him. Bullet Club, you had the Gorillas of Destiny.
Yeah.
You had Finn Balor or Prince Devin.
Yeah,
then you had the big bald head nigga.
Oh, yes. I forgot his name. But yeah, he was there too.
Yeah.
He's not there though. But I mean you got Luke Gallows, you got a big guy. You don't need too many.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying they're all there. So I mean, but WWE has to buy those rights, and if they really wanted to, they could. They got the money to do it.
I don't. But would New Japan sell the Bullet Club rights?
They should buy just to piss off AEW.
Oh, they'd be mad. Kenny would be mad, and the Bucks would throw a hissy fit and just throw up 2 sweets randomly at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
But I would love to see the Bullet Club. I would love to see Zilla and Jacob tear it up as a tag team. Zilla and Jacob versus the Usos. Think about that. That'd be a crazy thing.
So we just going on Samoan violence.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, if we're gonna go with everything else, we just saw Ricochet wrestle Leo Rush last night on AEW Collision.
Jesus. Are we still talking about the bloodline, or can we parlay into that? Hold on. What the was the dude? Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I saw it.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
In ring, I love them both, and I think Leo is a complete package as a professional wrestler. I could see Leo's better than Ricochet. Fight me, bro.
Leo should have beat Ricochet in that match.
Yeah, because that should have been Ricochet's L. I know his L will probably come to Keshna more than likely, but if they, man, no.
I mean, great match, great match. But dude, what is going on with Ricochet? I mean, even if he won that match, I feel like he still won it on Collision or something.
It was on Collision.
Yeah,
it was on Collision. I mean, I don't know. AEW.
He gonna be on Ring of Honor next, bro. What are you gonna see this thing on Ring of Honor?
He'll be on there next. He'll be the Ring of Honor champion after he beats Chris Jericho, who won again, which that hurt my heart. Why did Chris Jericho win a 9th title? He didn't need it. Mark Bisco, no.
It's just a comedy show. Remember they were all standing outside. Did you see that on Dynamite?
Mm-hmm.
Looking like a bunch of niggas waiting outside of Home Depot.
I saw that. Oh wow! I mean, I guess since we're here, let's talk about the state of AEW. Man, it was not good tonight. Wednesday. It was not good Wednesday. It was not good last night. Rampage is never good. I don't know what they're doing with this knockoff NWO. I feel like this is a stagnant story. I was talking about this Friday with the guy at the gym, and I told him, and he agreed. I feel like the mystery should have been over. Like if you're trying to recreate the NWO mystery only lasted for a little while, And once Hogan became the third man, it was over. So obviously you've realized that there needs to be the leader, and I guess the leader's Moxley, but there's no reason. He's still giving riddles and driving in a pickup truck in the desert. Like, this is stupid.
It's just not good. It's comical at this point. At this point in time, it's just comical. It's just funny. There is literally the wild, wild world of wrestling over that motherfucker. It is.
It is. And then we have, Chuck Taylor. You're the only man that can beat Mox, to Orange Cassidy. And then Orange Cassidy gets Pillmanized on his neck was Pillmanized, not even his ankle. And, Willer Yuta's over here. I'm conflicted. No, well, they did it. I'm with them, though. They're my friends. No, bro. Like, no, you killed your mentor with the bag. And I mean, Jesus. So I don't know what they're doing. I feel like they're trying to build. Orange Cassidy is AEW's Lex Luger. I'm sorry, Lex. I would never put that man in you because Lex Luger is one of my favorite guys of all time. And I guess that Darby is going to be their Sting. He already acts like that version of Sting. He doesn't act like Surfer Sting. So it's not even a character change if Darby just starts hanging out in the rafters. It's like, oh, is this Darby? Look at him. Maybe the character change is going to be Orange Cassidy is going to turn into a badass. Even
if he turns into a badass, his moveset is still the same.
Punch. We're going to get a good old orange punch and some beach breaks. Then a stun dog millionaire. And he's gonna beat him. He's gonna beat him. He's gonna put Bobby Lashley's shoulders are gonna be down whenever he gets over there to Orange Cassidy, brother.
But that's what I'm saying. No matter how tough you try to book Orange Cassidy, his moveset is still exactly the same. There's nothing tough about no selling and being goofy and shit. And your theme music, like, there's nothing gangsta. It's not believable. No matter what you change with your character, it's not believable.
Maybe he's gonna wear black shoes. He's gonna dye his hair black. He's gonna wear black jeans. He's gonna wear a black glove, and he's gonna go ooh ah before he hits his Superman punch.
With Chris Statlander, I see what they're doing with her. Like, they're really trying to do different things with her character, and I like that. Even with AEW women's division, I really don't have a whole lot of complaints. I really don't, except for Mercedes Moné and her finisher. But I really don't have a whole lot of complaints with their women's division.
Money maker. Okay, so I do have complaints, and my complaint is, why is Mercedes the TBS champion?
What do you mean? Why?
Why isn't she the women's champion? Why do they always showcase? No, it should have been Mercedes versus Tony. That's it. That's the money match. Mercedes come in and she's the B champion, but she has the A championship place on the card. Why is the AEW Women's Championship match the third match on the show? On the pay-per-view. It's the third match on the show, even when Tony was a champion. But we can have the TBS championship. She's one of the triple main events. CEO. No matter who she wrestles. If she's going to wrestle, she needs to wrestle the biggest star. Willow's not the biggest star in the women's division. She's not the biggest babyface. That's Toni Storm. They're not going to work. None of those girls can work a WWE style except Toni Storm, because she's a WWE girl and an indie girl, though. But Toni Storm can wrestle and make Mercedes look good. The other girls can't.
I remember I used to watch this team called the New York Giants, my favorite team in the NFL, and they suck. And every time an interception was thrown, I was always blaming the quarterback. Like, man, it's your fault for throwing this interception. But then I start watching the replay. I start looking after the receivers. I'm like, really? It's really y'all. It's not him. He's not the reason why this is so bad. Like, Sasha, when she first came in, that match with Willow, her match with Steph, I was like, man, you look a little botchy, girl. Then I rewind. I'm like, wait a second. She is outdoing these people. That match with Britt Baker, dude. Mercedes is outdoing these wrestlers like
It's
it ain't no
Britt.
tomorrow.
Britt's trash, man. You know Britt's trash.
Whoa. Okay. Okay.
Britt's trash. Like, no, Britt is trash. Adam Cole is trash now. That's the reason they broke up, so he doesn't have to be trash anymore. He's gonna start going to the gym. He's gonna start eating 3,500 calories a day. He's gonna be doing chest press, squats. He's gonna go to that Stone Cold Steve Austin workout plan. What? I said that Stone Cold Steve Austin workout plan. You know, he's gonna gain a little bit of weight, at least 10 pounds. You know, he's gonna do something because Britt is trash. Britt is the worst AEW women's champion they've ever had. Thunder Rosa is a good wrestler. I love Thunder Rosa. Britt only had one good match, and that's because Thunder Rosa beat her, and she was bleeding, and then she won the match, and they're like, "Oh, she's hardcore because we want to stick our penises inside of Britt Baker." Okay, no, Britt's trash. Britt needs to stay at home. She should be a valet, just like Samantha Irvin wants to be. But that's what Britt Baker needs to be. She needs to be a valet. She needs to just sit down, shut up, don't touch a ring, don't come in the ring, don't interfere, just talk shit. Because she can talk shit. She can't wrestle.
Britt Baker, I think her career is not going to be much longer, respectfully, because she's had so many injuries. And for her to really solidify her name, she has to have matches, not only pay-per-view, but she also has to have these TV matches. She's got to get in there and kick ass. Respectfully, her legacy was just beginning in AEW, and it seemed to kind of come to a halt. But if she wants to be the boss of that locker room and the top of that women's division, man, she got to show out. She can't just, like you said, she can't just be on the mic giving these speeches. You got to get dirty, bro. But if you keep getting injured, hey, man, you know.
I mean, you got to think a lot of the matches that she had when she was first in AEW, she didn't take most. She didn't even get the heat. She didn't even get the heat. The heat. Rebel gave them the heat. Rebel was the heat getter. Rebel got the heat. Rebel took the bumps. And then here we come, Lockjaw. How did they tap out? I
mean, she came into AEW injured.
Yeah.
But and I love that. Well, her Rebel, though, was dope. I like that.
Rebel's good. Rebel was decent in TNA, but Rebel she honed her craft when she was gone. And by the time she came to AEW, she was good. I know she's taking pictures somewhere half naked now on the internet, but make that money, girl. But I can say that Rebel made Brooke look better than what Brooke was. You took away Rebel, you took away the doctor's office, and now she's just blah. You know, Adam Cole, blah. Good on the mic. Maybe Vince was right. Maybe Adam needs to be a manager too.
Spike Dudley was once European champion, but I'm just saying he wasn't booked as a top tier star. He had his spots. Spike Dudley was bigger than Adam Cole.
I mean, Darby Allin looks in better shape than Adam Cole. Like physically, like he's been to the gym, he's done some squats, he did a pull up of 6. Adam Cole looks like he just played the game. And I played the game. And like I love playing the game. But I hit legs today too. You know what I'm saying? I still put four plates on my back today. And I still play the video game. You can do 2 things. You can do 2 things in a day. You can't I'm just playing the video game, then I'm gonna go wrestle. No. He needs to wrestle in a bodysuit.
Yeah. He does not look good at all. When he came back, I was, dude, why your shoulders? So what happened to you?
Why do you look like a Pez dispenser? Like, like it's pop. Here's his head comes up, some candy comes out because nothing. No. Panama Playboy. No, sickly old man. That's what he looks like. Give him a sandwich, like they do on Bad Santa. You want some sandwiches? Yes, take them all, Adam. Take them all. No, but I mean, I like Adam Cole. Like, I don't like what he's become. He definitely doesn't look like a superstar. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that energy. He has the
No.
greatest theme song in AEW. The only person with a theme song other than Will Ospreay that can get people out of their feet. You
I mean, I
know,
like AEW because in that indie style, you can be that small. And I mean, not AEW, you like them in NXT because it was believable. You
yeah.
know, not really, a lot of guys did that, but in AEW, I mean, it's just not very believable because even the small guys look like they got some muscle on them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
the small guys go to the gym. They've been to the Orange Cassidy has been to the gym,
yeah,
and then when you got a guy like Ricochet who looks like he lives in the gym and he's a small guy, but he's ripped. You know, Ricochet has cuts. Ricochet looks athletic. Adam Cole doesn't look athletic. He looks like the guy at the video store. You know, like he looks like he's like, hey, let me tell you about this indie tape over here, dude. It's a cult classic. Like that's what he looks like to me. I don't know. I don't. He doesn't look. He doesn't look like he's can. When he came in the ring and MJF ran away, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You can flick him. It'll be some Dragon Ball Z stuff. He'll fly on the other side of the ring.
do you think that Adam Cole is going to be pushed as a main event, or he's going to stay in kind of like that mid card?
I think he can be a main event. He can be a main event with Moxley, but he needs to go to the gym. Moxley went to the gym. You remember that point when Moxley he just looked like he stopped going to the gym and just started smoking cigarettes after he stopped drinking.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like that anymore. When he took those months off after Japan, after he lost the New Japan Championship, he looks like he has dedicated something to his look, and he looks more menacing. He looks like
Yeah.
he did when he first started to gain weight in WWE, when he cut his hair. He looks like that guy. Again, Adam Cole has not been to the gym in a year and a half. And I know if anyone's listening to this, they're like, why are you talking about the gym? I like wrestling. You don't have to be the biggest guy to get my attention. Granted, even though Hogan was just a gym rat that got a good break, you know what I'm saying, in wrestling. And he is my favorite wrestler. And I love Triple H because when Triple H came back in 2002, and you know he was geared up, brother. He was the game.
Oh, Armageddon Triple H, yeah, that
Yeah.
motherfucker, yeah. No.
When he blocked out the whole Titantron when he was standing there. Like, good
Dude, he
God.
was like a freaking make your character back in WWE, like SmackDown.
He looked like a video game. Yeah, that man, his head was so small, but his shoulders and arms and back were huge, man. Like, but I'm not saying Adam Cole needs to look like that. I know that that's not. It's possible. But it's great. It's possible because you can. It's natural, no, but possible more. It's easily possible now. You know, with drug regulations and wellness clinics, he can go get some. He lives in Florida. Come on now. Yeah, but you know, it's just he doesn't look like a guy that can go when he's standing next to Roderick Strong most of the time. Roderick Strong looks great. Roderick Strong's in his mid-40s and he looks great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got Roderick Strong, and then he's standing next to Kyle O'Reilly, who isn't big, but you can tell that he practices jiu-jitsu. Like he's on the ground, he's grappling, he has that grapple muscle. Adam Cole plays the game. That's all he does. Oh, Adam Cole, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna work out my thumb muscles. Let me plug it in. We're gonna play Sparking Zero. All right, good for you, Dragon Ball guy. It's fine. You gotta go to the gym at least in the morning. Goddamn. You know, you only work once a week. You only wrestle once a week. You can do something else. Once a week. They don't have travel issues. They only wrestle once a week. It doesn't make sense.
They should, and I was just thinking about this. It would be dope if they just did smaller shows or did maybe an NXT type thing in Florida
Yeah.
because I think them going around the country just doesn't make any sense.
Especially going around the country when you have a venue that has 9,000 people and you only sell like 1,000,
Yeah.
2,000, and the other half is blocked off. The upper level's blocked off. Then you have one show, which has to be a pay per view. That's it. But let's AEW. I don't know how I feel. All the potential in the world.
Yeah, if you guys better writers.
Mercedes has her own writer. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, forgot.
She has her own writer. She has creative control. She's Hogan, brother.
Yeah, but I thought the whole point of bringing her in was to increase the women's division, not to just wrestle random Yoshi wrestlers or popular wrestlers in other countries. She's supposed to bring up the division. And respectfully, she has not been doing that. And she's doing great for her brand, making herself look good, yeah. But it's not doing anything for that female's locker room.
Oh, not at all. She's just the CEO. But you also have to think she changed on the fly, and I do give her credit for this because it seemed like she was going to just go John Cena and push her babyface antics down people's throats, but she didn't. She saw that she was getting booed. She wasn't the person that they really wanted, so she decided, hey, I'm going to lean into this and be a heel. So I give her credit for that. I give her credit for trying to wrestle Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata has been there for years because she wrestled on Dark and Elevation and all those other shows that they used to have. They don't have anymore. But now she's back and she's wrestling. She's up there. She's on the main shows, the Collisions, the Rampages, the Dynamites, and Mercedes wrestled her. But Mercedes is not in a feud. Mercedes is there. Like, she's there with Camille. I guess Camille is going to job to Chris, and then it's going to be Mercedes and Chris. That's the only thing I can see.
I like Chris Statlander. I like what they're doing with her. But as far as Mercedes and her having a dope ass match, I think it's going to be one of her better matches, definitely. Chris can go.
Chris, I do agree. Chris can go. As long as she doesn't try to do that stupid Guerrero flip thing, that Gory special move that she has. Oh, it's money something, the money something. But anyway, as long as she doesn't do that move, Chris is too big. Mercedes is a smaller lady. She needs to do smaller lady moves. I know that her idol. I mean, I know her idol's Eddie Guerrero, but Eddie was a powerful short man. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm going back to it. Eddie went to the gym, brother.
Eddie was on so much fucking gear.
Yes. Oh, so was Benoit. But yeah, they won't gear. They were on steroids. There wasn't Eddie Guerrero in WWE was obviously on steroids because when he left WWE, Eddie Guerrero was probably maybe 205 at the biggest, and then when he came back, he was like 230.
Yeah.
And of course, but either way, even smaller Eddie was still hitting the brain buster on larger guys. He put the brain buster on who did you wrestle in WCW? He put the brain buster on X-Pac. X-Pac is a little bit bigger. Sean Waltman was a little bit bigger than Eddie. Eddie was hitting the brain buster on bigger guys, and he wasn't putting the brain buster on the Giant or anybody like that. But but he was still hitting it on bigger people. Mercedes trying to do this on like women like Willow's way bigger than her, like taller and a girthier girl than she is. Like, I think she needs to use it sparingly, if that makes sense. Like, don't use it in every show. You have your bank statement. That's your move. You've won a lot of titles with your crossface. Let's just stick to the crossface. Only break that move out when you don't have as your last ditch effort. Like the Burning Hammer used to be in Japan. She loves Japan. Let's go to that. Burning Hammer. Burning Hammer was the last ditch effort move. It was the super finisher. She needs to save it for that, but only save it for women that can make the move look good.
She got to do something different. She's a different finisher. So the only issue with Mercedes, you got to change that finisher, man. That is not going to work on big ass. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like Rey Mysterio knows he's a small person, so he has moves that can work on big niggas. The 619 can work on anybody. All you got to do is get him in that rope. Cool. You mean to tell me you going to pick Nyla Rose's big ass up and do that finisher? Come on, bro.
At least her finishing move isn't the jackknife powerbomb.
Might as well be.
I mean, if it was that, that just means like a super tall person isn't even falling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She'll wrestle Camille. Camille didn't even fall. Camille just, that's where did I go? I thought that was gonna go for a ride, you know. But maybe she'll change that move. But let's get to tonight is NXT. What do you feel is going on? Do you feel that Trick Williams is the face of NXT, or will it be all ego, Ethan Page?
Trick Williams is only a matter of time before he gets his call up. Trick Williams has been the face of NXT. I feel that everyone's picking a Trick. People making an issue that he should have got the call up instead of
Mello.
Name flip. Yeah. But no. Trick, he's cooking right now. Listen, let that man cook in NXT right now because he is doing his thizzle right now, man. And Booker T also plays a big part in that too.
Oh yeah, with the hype, with the whoop that Trick. Oh yeah, man. With the ad libs that he's giving on with the song and the hype, and that he's kind of coaching him, with a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So I definitely give that. No, Mello can go. I think he's messed up on some promos, but I think he's nervous. There's a difference between performing in NXT every week. There's a difference from being on the indies like he was and doing what he's doing now in sold out arenas. And these are literally sold out arenas, not AEW sold out arenas. But WWE sold out arenas are legitimate sold out arenas. That's huge. So your nerves might be off. And it's not as a close knit thing, because NXT is a few hundred people. It's a few hundred people. That's all you get. And you see them every day. You go to the performance center every day. You live in Florida. You work out in Florida. You wrestle in Florida. You're not traveling anywhere. You're just going home, going to work. It's a normal job. Only you're wrestling. But now you're in the carny side of wrestling where you're traveling. You got to get your travel. You're flying from here to there. So it's a different story. Mello needs time to adjust. But when he's in the ring, he's pristine. He's that guy. Him and Andrade, there's a reason they had 7 matches. Well, 6.5 because of that last one.
Of course.
And it's because they can go. Not just because Andrade's good, because we know Andrade's good. But it's because Mello's good too. Trick isn't as tight in the ring as he needs to be on the main roster. But everything else about Trick's that guy. And when he does come up, it's going to be, I can't wait to see the Jey Uso versus Trick Williams match. It's going to be a lot of chanting.
Yeah, I think Trick, once he gets that call up, I think he's going to go right to that mid-card spot whenever that is, because you're not going to have him. I mean, respectfully, with Mello and Andrade, cool. But it's not for a title. It's not for anything. I think when Trick gets called up, it's going to be for a title.
Oh, yeah. I think Triple H is realizing that you need to have the great wrestling matches, but you also need to have the guy that can get the people invested as well. And Trick has people invested in him. People love Trick Williams. Trick brings the energy. Trick seems like that down-to-earth, cool guy you would kick it with. And not a lot of guys come across like that within the WWE. Trick definitely, I think, breaks down some barriers, and I can't wait to see when Trick does get called up. But I think it's time for All Ego to go to the main roster personally because he's good enough wrestler. Um, he's over. So I think tonight is going to be another whoop that Trick moment, especially since Devon Dudley made his appearance in Trick Williams's rap video, his diss track to All Ego Ethan Page.
Testify.
Testify, yes, sir. What do you think of Julia Stephanie Vacure and Cora Jade, and we have Roxanne Perez?
Well, and I mean, yeah, let's get it. Definitely, yeah. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you so much, brother, for everything that you have blessed us with. We got Steph and we got Julia. Are you freaking serious? Only Sean can make something like that happen.
HB Shizzle.
Yeah. And then I was like, if we can just get Lola Vice and Miss Parker together, oh Lord Jesus. Sean, you a mind reader.
Well, you know they're gonna wrestle each other. They ain't gonna be a tag team, but they gonna wrestle each other with Nikita Lyons. It's gonna be the all booty match. Ain't nothing else. It's a lot of hip attacks. A lot of hip attacks just throwing.
I love what they're doing with Roxanne Perez, man. I'm seriously, even back in the Indies, you know what I'm saying? When she was
Roxy.
rocking, I've been watching her for years and just seeing her come up, man. And my dream match, not to say I know it's not going to happen, but to see her wrestle AJ Lee, I know
That's
it's never
her
going to
dream
happen.
match.
But yeah, I want to see that.
That's her dream match. Cora Jade's dream match. AJ's a lot of women's dream match. They would have to obviously be called up to the main roster because AJ's not going to do an NXT match.
AJ would.
I mean,
I think
AJ
she
would.
She
AJ
would.
would, but Triple H wouldn't waste AJ on an NXT match, is what I'm saying. You know, Mrs. CM Punk, come on now. Mrs. Brooks, you know, she's not getting ready to come back. And April Brooks is wrestling on a WrestleMania, or SummerSlam, or Survivor Series, or a Money in the Bank at least. It's not going to be on an NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. Like, she's not doing something like that.
The fruits of her labor. I remember that promo she cut against the Bella Twins like 14 years ago when she was talking about them being divas and wearing pretty makeup and how she wanted to wrestle. This is before Sasha Banks. This is before the four horsewomen. This is
Yes.
before Evolution. So seeing women wrestle, women's wrestling. She needs to come back. You helped make this girl. You need to come back to this. Sorry.
I mean, I believe she will. I mean, it enticed Trish Stratus to come back.
Yes.
And because she remembered, like, man, it enticed Lita to come back because they were like, oh, we used to do this. You know, we only had 2 minutes to do it, but we used to do it. But now we can have 15 minutes to do it. Oh, let's go back. We can't go back full time because we're a little older. We're a little beat up. We're mothers now. But we can still come back and show them that, hey, we appreciate this and we want to see how it works. So I can definitely see AJ Lee. Picture this: AJ Lee and the match is this: AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch, while CM Punk is wrestling Seth Rollins. That's a storyline all in itself. It's already written.
Yeah.
Not together. I mean, not like they did with when they were together as an on-screen couple. Not like that. Allude to it in like promos, because Punk and AJ Lee are going to eat them on the mic. Not that Becky can't go, because Becky can go on the mic, but she can't go with Mrs. Brooks on the mic.
No, poor thing. AJ Lee's brutal on. I mean, she's really, really good on the mic. Like seriously.
So it's gonna be if it happens, I'm there for it. You know, I think they want to have, and when she does wrestle, when she does come back, which I hope she will come back and wrestle Roxanne Perez and wrestles Cora Jade, which is their dream match, and they deserve it. They both deserve it because she revolutionized wrestling for those ladies and in general, especially WWE wrestling. It's going to be something special, but it's going to be a main roster thing. I don't see her doing NXT unless she waits until CM Punk's reign of NXT happens when Shawn Michaels retires. But we got another 10 years before that even happens.
CM Punk ain't got much more time left, man, in my opinion. So anything they're going to do with him, they need to start doing next year. You know what I'm saying? These feuds that we didn't get. I was supposed to get Seth Rollins and CM Punk in 2024. I ain't got that. What was up? What was up with that? Punk comes back and Seth's all like, "Come on, man, come on!" No. So what was that? What was that? For nothing.
I mean, it was for something, and we'll get it. I think next year we'll definitely get it. Now it's like how they're gonna get there. Is Punk gonna win the Royal Rumble? Is he gonna win the Elimination Chamber? Or is he going to be the champion by WrestleMania of next year?
I don't know what they're gonna be. It all depends on if he stays. Any plans for these old niggas? It all depends if they can stay healthy.
Hey, that's the reason The Rock only wrestles once a year because he's healthy. He
Yeah.
knows he can.
Like you want your Randy Orton and your Cody Rhodes, if Randy can stay healthy. You want your Seth Rollins and your Punk, shit, both of them gotta stay healthy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think Randy's been pretty healthy this run. Since he's been eating his Nutella, gained his little weight. You know, Randy's been pretty healthy. He doesn't wrestle every week. He wrestles consistently, but he's not an every week guy. He's definitely staying healthy, and I can definitely see him and Cody doing it now. But can Cody stay healthy? Because Cody's a little reckless in the ring. He still wrestles like he's in AEW sometimes.
Yeah, I think Cody will be fine because they're gonna have him sparingly. All he gotta do is get on the mic and cry about some shit, and I'm really getting. First, you crying about your daddy's legacy and blah 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 blah. Now what I'm saying is like, how you still crying and you winning? You got the belt, nigga.
I don't get it. Doesn't make sense to me. It should be celebration. He should do an open challenge. Like I would love to see. Like, oh, I'm Cody Rhodes. You know the same way Cena did the open challenge. He's trying to do the Cena type gimmick only as Homelander. It's time to do it. Maybe Cena beats Cody somewhere in the middle of this in January, and Cena breaks the title the title reigns. You know,
when Cena was the goody two shoes and he was over, the difference between yes, people got tired of it. Yes, it was annoying and all this other stuff. But look, when he was on that mic, he was like, I'm fighting for virtuous truth and I'm fighting for this title. And it was like, yeah. And even though we sick of it every week, but yeah, kind of with Cody Rhodes, it's like, nigga, you finish your story. Everything that you planned to do, you did. What is it now? Every opponent that you've had since the bloodline is a different. Look, what I'm saying, the reason why you fighting this nigga why you fight AJ Styles, it make no sense. Why you fighting Kevin Owens? You had to beg him for that. It make no sense. Ooh, look, it's Roman. We cut this fire ass fucking promo on this open field. This shit was dope. The match was ass. And then you get beat up by Kevin Owens again. Then we just finish this shit. Dude. Sorry, I don't like it.
I see Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes at the Saturday night's main event, and then we'll have Cody Rhodes finally start to wrestle maybe Randy. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully he wrestles Randy. But Cody is stale. But he's they're just keeping him at bay until The Rock can come back and we can start that road to WrestleMania.
I wanted Cody versus Seth. I wanted Cody versus Randy. I wanted Cody versus Punk. That's
Yes.
why I was when he got the belt, I'm thinking of all these dream matches in my head. Okay, you throwing a Kevin Owens here. Little filler thing, it's a whole year, it's 12 months, okay, cool. The crown jewel, he gonna randomly wrestle somebody that I don't want to see. Okay, I'll give you two. Those are the two I give you. The rest of the shit, dude, I should have got. The year is almost over with, and I ain't got none of my dream matches, man. We brought your ass back from AEW, give you this belt to wrestle a bunch of niggas that I didn't want to see you wrestle. I ain't asked for this shit. I'm sorry.
I think they did miss some opportunities with Cody versus Seth because Cody beat Seth every time they wrestled each other. Like, every time. But it was never for a belt because neither one of them had one. Now they both had one. They didn't wrestle each other during those times they had belts. And now they're on Raw and SmackDown. And they're not touching each other. I like what Seth is doing with Bronson because Bronson is getting a push and Bronson deserves one.
Yes.
I believe Cody's going to beat Gunther because of this Goldberg return everybody's talking about, and Goldberg's going to screw Gunther. I think that's trash. But as long as they don't wrestle each other, because if they wrestle each other, it needs to be Gunther goes over. Because Goldberg shouldn't go over. No old man should beat him. He should chop the crap out of Goldberg, power bomb the shit out of him, pin him. I know Goldberg didn't like getting choked out by Roman, so get power bombed by Gunther. If you don't want to be put in the sleeper. But
Goldberg can make an appearance at Crown Jewel because of the pop or whatever, and everybody happy. But then he go home
and never be
seen.
Never be seen again. I just want to see him engage his football games like a good soccer dad.
Yeah, I nobody asked. I didn't want, even when Goldberg was trying to make that deal with AEW before, I was like, why are y'all trying to bring in this dude for what?
Sting.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So I know why they wanted Goldberg. Why do you want Goldberg here? Why do you want Goldberg in the WWE? Goldberg only wants the biggest wrestling company in the world, which is the WWE. All his legacy is with WWE or WCW. WWE owns everything that Goldberg has ever done in the wrestling business.
But he didn't have a good run when he got there, though. He had that ass match with Brock Lesnar with Stone Cold as the ref. I mean, his feud with Triple H was ass. Like, he was not. He didn't do anything really much. I'm
He
sorry.
spared The Rock.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to. We can stick to current events. I'm sorry, but I go on a wild tangent about Goldberg running WWE.
I mean, it was bad. But Goldberg's run is only good if Goldberg can be Goldberg. Goldberg didn't fit in the WWE because at that point there was nobody that could just run through. They didn't have a roster full of jobbers. They didn't have a roster full of guys that were willing to put Goldberg over just with two moves. The only reason it worked with Brock because Brock wanted to do it. Brock was like, "Oh, okay, you can spear me and jackhammer me, dude. That's cool." Triple H had the golden shovel at that time. He wasn't going to do that to Triple H. Even though he beat The Rock, though, he still had a competitive match against The Rock. He still took a rock bottom and a people's elbow. He still got put in a sharpshooter. The match wasn't 5 minutes. Goldberg's only successful in a 5-minute match. The match that we all wanted to see was Goldberg versus Austin. That never happened. Goldberg just got stunned. So I don't see a good match for Goldberg.
Like a year?
Yeah. He was there for a year. He won the title. He won the World Heavyweight Championship, but he wasn't he wasn't the featured guy. Like he was on the roster with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, which when they just owned Raw during that time.
Oh yeah.
You know, Cena had SmackDown, him and JBL, but Raw, Monday Night Raw was only two people. That was Shawn Michaels and Triple H. The same two people that's Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Only this time they were on screen, not behind the scenes. So Goldberg came at the wrong time. Goldberg can only be Goldberg in WCW. When there's other
If he would
people,
have came with the invasion, would have made more sense. But yeah,
I mean, we can reboot the invasion a million times over if people didn't have guaranteed money. You know, just think about the invasion with the NWO
oh yeah,
coming in. You know, instead of a year later when they did come in, when their contracts were up. You know, Goldberg, Sting, Lex Luger, all the top guys in the WWF and the WCW at the time, in the WWF then, that would have been crazy, but that didn't happen. So we got Rhino from ECW. So there we go. We got Rob Van Dam. That's the only good thing that happened with the invasion. Rob Van Dam.
yes.
So, and Booker, Rob Van Dam and Booker T.
Booker T was ass when he first got there.
That's true. But you
Him
know,
and Buff Bagwell had one of the worst matches in wrestling history.
oh, that's been brought up many times. I hope Buff gets everything back, get his car back, and everything else. I know Buff's.
Is he fucked up again?
No. He just fell on some hard times in life. That's the reason his YouTube channel he's going hard on YouTube. Everybody go support Buff Bagwell's YouTube channel because he needs the money. We can't have a broke Buff. No broke Buff. But man, I don't know. But before we get off of here, let's congratulate the Hardy Boys for winning the TNA Tag Team Championships. Let's congratulate Masha Slamovich for finally dethroning Jordan Grace. And I wanted to I wish I could have said thanks to Joe Hendry, but JBL, clothesline from hell, screwing him over. I'm a Nick Nemeth fan, but I just don't think that was the right call, brother.
Get your ass back across that border! Don't you come over here again! Favorite JBL moment, man. I know can't nobody get under your skin more than JBL. So I understand why he's involved in TNA.
He's involved in everything on the Indies. Any top guy in the Indies and TNA, not the TNA is the Indies. Last night, TNA did prove that they are the number 2 organization in wrestling when it comes to attendance.
Yeah, they put on a fucking show.
Because I thought in attendance, I mean, stop booking wherever the crap you book at Louisville because I would like to enjoy a show for once. TNA, Jesus Christ! But
you mean to tell me you're too good to stand on a balcony for 4 hours?
Yes, I'm too good to stand on the balcony for 4 hours. My legs, I trained legs that day, so I wasn't getting ready to stand that long in the first place. Neither were my children. So we were like, oh no, we're not doing that, buddy.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, I'll catch y'all next time when I can get a seat.
But TNA was a good show. I can't say TNA's been on a run. AEW, take notes. I know you're working with TNA now because of the Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, which also had a great show. And it was sold out because Canada loves wrestling. Maybe AEW needs to just wrestle in Canada. They can always get people, as long as it's not a hockey season. They can be a seasonal wrestling, no hockey season. But that's all the topics for. Oh no, I was gonna say that's it. But let's talk about Samantha Irvin not wanting to be an announcer and wanting to be more of a good hand in professional wrestling. What are your thoughts?
she can do whatever she wants, but her and Ricochet leaving WWE is the dumbest thing that they both try to end up in AEW. Look, man, look. Y'all need to understand that there are no greener pastures when you leave the big business. You're not leaving for a bigger audience. You might be leaving to get more money. Cool. That's fine. But is this just the money? It can't be for the crowd. It can't be for the better story, for the better look. They're gonna bring you over there for that one thing, that one dream match that everybody wants to see. Then once that's over with, you're gonna work your way down the card like everybody else, and then eventually you're not on TV no more.
I agree. I don't see why. I know she wants to be more, and I feel that her man cannot get over without her. I believe that she is obviously the better talker. She gets more attention. Yes, he's great in the ring, but in AEW just kind of fades into the background because there's so many people that can do everything he can do and more. Point blank, let's just put it like this: Leo Rush, I think, is a complete wrestler, a more complete wrestler than even Ricochet is.
Facts.
So, and I think they proved it when they had their match on Collision. And I'm a complete wrestler. I mean, he can talk. He can do it in the in-ring too. And Ricochet can only do one of those things. He needs Samantha. But I think Samantha had the greatest job, greatest gig in the world. And if they didn't let you go out and do something else and sing, I can understand that. That might be their thing. They didn't let you play the flute. They didn't let you hang out with Andre 3000. But, and I know Tony will let you do everything you want, but the reason you left is just because you want to be on the TV show. Nobody was on the TV show more than the announcers. You're in every match. Your voice is in every match. You say their names. And not only do you just say their names, you say their names very in a memorable fashion, you know?
Change the game.
So
He changed the game. When he brought Lillian back, I noticed a huge. I'm like, damn, you part of history, girl. Cody Rhodes winning the championship. That's forever. And you want to leave?
And you want to leave. You know, she was part of the story. Howard Finkel was never part of the story when Hogan won the title. When Hogan beat the Big Bad Sheik, you know, he just announced it. But she was crying, and you could hear the tears in her voice. And they even turned a camera on this woman when she's announcing it. When you replay it, they're showing her announcing him as the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. That's showing him holding the title.
Stone Cold.
Exactly. You know,
that's a part of history.
So she made history. She made the announcers matter, and announcers haven't mattered since Howard Finkel, Michael Buffer. You know,
dude, it was like, dude, why? I don't understand these people. Okay, it's my fault. You know what? I'm sorry. If someone's not happy for whatever reason, even though there's a lot of irony that your man's left, and not even 2 months later, you leaving too, but you told them 2 months ago that so as much as Ricochet left, you told them that you was leaving too.
I mean, I agree that she probably said, "Hey, as soon as Rico leaves, I'm gone too." So me and my boo are gone together, and that's what happened. Her and her boo are gone together.
And then she gonna say that it's not the reason why, but you 2 months he left, and then you.
It's obviously the reason, and we can say that maybe Ricochet pushed her, but maybe she pushed Ricochet. Maybe she pushed Ricochet. Maybe she was like, "Hey, they put me in the documentary too. I'm gonna go shoot this to him. Hey, you gonna make me? You gonna let me get my own show?" Samantha sings. No, we don't want you like that. Just continue to do what you do. Oh, no, I want that. You gonna let me go on the Masked Singer? No. You're right. Because if you're the Masked Singer, who's gonna be the ring announcer? You good? Screw you. I'm going home. She took her ball and went home. Ricochet, Ricochet, don't you want to hang out with Will Ospreay? Oh yeah, I miss him, but But my dream is to be in WWE. Shut up, nigga. Okay. You know, you ain't never slap this booty again. Okay. I quit Triple H. I need to slap that booty. You know? I can see that happening. Because Ricochet was happy. I think he knew that he wasn't going to be the guy. But he had US championships, North American championships, Intercontinental championships. He had a lot of stuff. He had Triple H says one and only in your entrance. Come on now.
You know how they say how every now and again a snake finds a trash can?
Yes.
Every now and again a championship title finds a Jack Swagger. So when you name a wrestler, I'm just saying, anytime y'all name a wrestler and when you include all their accolades as championship belts, I'm like, okay, I can name like a million people that got championship gold that's forgettable. I forgot Ricochet even was U.S. championship. That was last year.
Ricochet, Baron Corbin. There's a lot of guys that just kind of fell to the wayside with belts. Didn't matter. But Ricochet put on good matches.
Facts.
And that's what he does. But being where the best wrestle, everybody that does your moves doing better than you. You're not even a high flyer anymore, almost.
Yeah,
because
they got that shit down, bro.
Mm-hmm. You can't outfly them. So now your finishing move is vertigo. You don't go up to the top rope and do a shooting star or anything, because Will Ospreay is about the same size as you, a little bit bigger, and hits the stuff better than you ever did.
Yeah.
Because Will's the king of the indies. Will's the king of the flippy. It's not you, Ricochet. Not King Ricochet. You just that guy. You Samantha's boyfriend.
In WWE, he was a big fish in a small pond. But once you start having all these fucking mirror matches, you just don't stand out.
He doesn't stand out anymore. He's standing in the ring with people that can outdo him in his style. The style that he helped revolutionize. It's the same reason that why would Rey stay there? Rey Mysterio's an older guy. Rey Mysterio can't do half the things he used to do. He'll tell you he can't. It isn't that Ricochet can't do half the things he used to do. He can probably do all the stuff he used to do. But he can't do half the things that the new people that he taught how to do it, that do it better than him. Ricochet doesn't stand out anymore. So to me, I think for him to stand out, he needs Samantha Irvin. And that's just how I feel.
No, I agree with that.
But brother, that was it. That's it for the ether, brother. It was happy and I enjoyed our conversation today.
Always. And remember to support this podcast. Support my brother Alex, because he is doing his thizzle. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
You drop